Before recording. Alright, so let's... Pretty good night, was able to upload it. Let's see how the video is doing. Alright, 50 views, okay. Let's check up on it in a couple of days now. Wow. 70, oh wait, 80 views. Nice. I cracked 100. I cracked 100 views. A video of mine cracked 100 views. Okay, let's see what the comments are. Okay, hopefully I got some conversation going on. Where's the comments? Wait. Okay, did I mess up a button? Okay, let's see how I uploaded. Alright. Yeah, it's for kids. I don't swear in it. It's Star Wars related. Star Wars is kind of for everybody. Let's... Oh! Oh, are you kidding me? Videos uploaded for children cannot be commented on. Okay, we can fix this, Alright, make an apology video, okay, cool, let's do that. Hi, YouTube Short, please don't kill me. Yeah, I messed up on my uploading. Gonna go through the videos and fix this problem. Don't crucify the internet. Thank you, love you, bye! Okay, good. So I got that done. Let's see what are things I have to... Instagram. I gotta fix Instagram. All right. Oh, Instagram. Yeah, I messed up. Please don't crucify me. Thank you, love you, bye. Fixing it now. Okay. Now let's go through the videos. Fix. All my bad batch videos. Okay, cool. I looked like an asshole in those videos when they first uploaded, but now people can comment on them. So hopefully they will at least make fun of me being dumb and not actually full out crucify me. Okay, cool. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. This is good. This is a good fix. This is a really good fix. Okay. Heart attack over. I'm not the writers at Disney right now. I'm okay. And episode 3 is up. Okay, let's try to ignore those headlines. All right, let's rewatch episode 2, gather my thoughts. Yeah, let's start doing that. No. Okay, ignoring the noise, try not to think about episode 3 right now, focus on episode 2. Right, episode 2, okay, let's write that, okay, and my helmet is ringing, okay, I gotta, alright. Yo, Trooper Seaward, what's up? Yeah, now episode 3 came out. I'm still working on episode 2. You seen it? Okay, good. Just don't spoil it for me. Really? As bad as the last? I think that's a little bit. I think that's a little bit overreactionary, man. Come on, it can't be that bad. Okay, it's close to it. All right. Look, I gotta focus on episode 2, so thanks for the little preview. Just shut up about it, all right? Just shut up about it until I make my third episode, okay? Okay, we cool? All right, cool. I gotta get to work. Talk to you later. All right. Okay, I really gotta put a VPN on this helmet or something. Anyway. That's for future Steve's problem, okay? Write that down. We look good. Okay. Now, we got this. We got this. Hello, YouTube and the internet in general. This is ep2 coming at you, and we're going to talk about Acolyte Episode 2 from the newest Star Wars show. Now, I have some good news about this episode. It's not as angry as it is to unpack as the first episode. So, which gave me semi-hopes about Episode 3, but with that little bit earlier, yeah, no, there was a lot of noise for those of you who kind of were underneath a rock when Episode 3 premiered. At the time of this recording, I haven't seen Episode 3. But I've been told not too many good things about it, and it's going to be really hard for me to have my own opinion about Episode 3. So I'm just going to give you that little forewarning about the next episode. Now, but the good news is, this episode, don't worry, I didn't hear too many rioting or grab your lightsabers over this episode, and I think you'll understand why I think this episode helps fix the problems we ran into Episode 1. Some of the problems. Not all of them, but some. Alright, but like last video, I'm about to spoil the episode, so if you don't want to be spoiled, go ahead and watch it before you then come back to this video. If you don't mind being spoiled and saving you some money on Disney Plus, get some popcorn by now. Hopefully I've been able to get you to giggle a little bit. So, let's talk about how Episode 2 of The Acolyte starts out. It starts out with the assassin May and somebody she hired up. Little kid just kind of goes up to a giant temple, kind of throws a rock at one of those doorbell droids, the similar types we've seen in Jabba's palace in Episode 6. Yeah, 6. The droid is gets hit with a rock, kind of goes out. Hey kid, what you doing here? This isn't business. Proper distraction. The kid still's like, come on, I'm right here, neener. And then a little throwing shutdown device gets thrown onto the droid by the assassin. The assassin just kind of pays the kid and simply waltzes into the Jedi temple with no real pushback. As a matter of fact, as she's kind of walking around, kind of doing the whole half-face thing still, yeah, no, nobody seems to recognize her or even bother to stop her. She goes into a room, and like the first Jedi she challenged to kill, she sees the Jedi. Master Tobin, we have unfinished business. Attack me with all your might. Here's the thing with Master Tobin. He's preoccupied. And when I mean preoccupied, he is levitating in air, closed eyes, doing the whole monk thing. Which is kind of cool to see. So, seeing no reaction, the assassin tries to go in to start beating him and such. But she keeps on hitting a Windex wall, essentially, or force walls. Okay. It's not really clear what it is, but it's assumed that there's some sort of invisible field around Master Tobin, and she just can't break it no matter what. She tries punching it, high kicking it, throwing knives at it. It's literally just hitting an invisible wall the entire time. Finally, she just kind of gives up, and she happens to go out of the temple as soon as one of the temple other Jedi just kind of waltz into the room and realize there's an intruder in the base. And she just happens to slip up through the ceiling, nice and easy. The following day, we see the assassin still kind of go to what looks like a brewery shop, in a sense. She kind of calls out, looking around, and then she recognizes the poor guy sleeping in the corner. Throwing a bottle near him, waking him up, it's revealed that this potion maker is essentially her supplier for poison and such. So he's like, oh, hi, how's it going? So, did you do it? Did you kill the Jedi? No, I can't. I couldn't. I really couldn't. I tried doing this, tried doing that, nothing I could do could work. Ah, okay, so you need my help. Yes, I need you to make me something. Okay, well, as he then just starts kind of throwing a bunch of stuff in a bottle, shaking it up, and he kind of gives this little monologue about, well, the Jedi really aren't that bad. I mean, why? This is just a simple monk who is just kind of sleeping and not doing anything. How are you having problems with it? Well, she kind of can't give an answer, but what she does say is she has this Jedi and 3 more to kill on the list, and one of them, just to please Master, she won't use an actual weapon. He reacts to this. He seems to know the Master. He's like, oh, he'd love that. That would be really awesome to do. But with this Jedi, I think I know what you need. You need to give this guy something like absolution, and makes a little potion for her. Or essential poison. So with the poison, she thanks him, goes out to the temple again. And then we finally cut to Osha and friends in the party. So Osha wakes up from the last episode in the Jedi ship, Jedi Master Soul. She wakes up, she sees the Padawan having some rough difficulty trying to kind of fix something. She gives her some advice. The Padawan's a little bit hesitant, but kind of does the advice bit. It seems to fix the device, whatever she's working on, and she turns around to Osha and it's like, oh wow, thank you, that actually helps. So why you go metnecking? Why you do what you do? Oh well, it pays well. It's a job that I could use my force powers reliably on, and there really isn't too much employment opportunity for washouts of your order. No, I'm going to be that guy where I pull up my nerd glasses and say, actually, in the extended universe, which some Disney writer is rolling his eyes every time he's going to be hearing Extended Universe, or Legends as it's called now, there actually was a process of what happened to Jedi Padawans that for some reason just washed out, couldn't make it in the order. In an old book about young Obi-Wan, they actually turned Jedi into farmers. So, if we're going a little bit by that route of lore, right? Either Osha was trained to be a farmer and it couldn't make it and then become a mechneck, or they're throwing the farmer line out and the show itself is saying, yeah, so for those who wash out, the Jedi Order just kind of abandon them, let them do what, kind of tell them to fuck off and all that. So, oh yeah, I'm going to be cussing in this video because, well, yeah, it's this show is going to need some tough love, all right, because it's Star Wars. So it's kind of told and implied that the Jedi Order just kind of lets the washouts go back into the wild and stuff like that with no real hands-on or guidance, which, again, that's not how it was before they retconned several libraries worth of lore they could have just easily grabbed on and helped them write better shows. But here's what we have now. Going back to the scene, as Osha and Soul's apprentice have this little conversation, we cut to Soul and Yord kind of having a conversation on their own. Yord just seeing Osha just casually walking about and such. He's kind of like, okay, there are a million ways this could go wrong for everybody. Are you sure this is a really good idea? Don't worry. She's innocent. She's trustworthy. I believe her. Yeah, but she's still a prisoner of this. She's still kind of a suspect of this investigation. This is a bad idea. How about you just trust me on this, Yord? Okay, I'm still going to say it's a bad idea. So that's what that conversation was. After that little back and forth, Soul goes to his cockpit and has a little holo call with Miss Jedi Council Lady. Kind of it's implied he explained his findings, and the Jedi Council Lady's like, all right, so yeah, no, that actually, your whole little two-sister bit, yeah, that actually does confirm a little problem we've been having. There was an incident at one of Jedi temples at another planet. Oh, really? Do you want us to go investigate it? Actually, yes. Bring her along. I'm going to step away from that little scene here, and I'm going to sound like Yord and say, okay. On one hand, the Jedi Council lady is kind of correct. She could be a good little tool and aid to try to pin down the sister and help track. However, there's this, she now suddenly becomes the Chekhov's gun. And I think I've explained this in a previous video or two, but Chekhov's gun is a walking plot device, or in this case, OSHA being a walking plot device, that it will fire, and when it fires, a major plot development is going to happen. Yeah, no, it's not a pretty firing what happens in this episode, but you'll see what I mean. So, given the pass from the Jedi Council to have OSHA not only tag along with them, but also follow them around and such, which, yes, I also still have Yord yelling at the back of my head, saying how many bad reasons that is, they go to where the next planet, where the incident happened. Going back to that planet, we see the assassin sneak into the temple the day they arrive. The party and Jedi arrive at the temple, and they see one of the Jedis there. It's like, all right, we're asking questions. We're here because of the incident, and what can you tell us? Well, somebody broke on in, and thankfully nothing too bad happened. But the fact that somebody broke on in, it is kind of alarming. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go talk to Master Torben. How can you talk to Master Torben? He's been literally mute for 10 years. Yeah, so there's this vow that Master Torben apparently took that made him not speak to anybody for the past decade. Why he took it, it's not really explained why, but it is implied when we see the assassin again kind of sneak into Master Torben's little meditating chair. Or not chair, room. So, she confronts Master Torben. Hey, I've been waiting for you, Master Torben, says May. I know why you took your vow, and I'll give you two options, Torben. You could confess your crimes to the Jedi Council, or you could drink this and apologize. During this entire time, even the previous scene, Master Torben's eyes was closed. When this happens, though, his eyes open, and his first words are, I've been waiting for you, May. Yeah. It's not going in the positive route you might think it's going. So, his levitation kind of ends. He kind of goes back to the ground. And he says to her, well, I am sorry. I thought what we were doing was right. And then it cuts to OSHA and this Jedi Master Soul and the rest of the party just kind of getting a tour from one of the Jedi about where things are. And she sees kind of a little apparition of her younger sister version, Steril. She splits from the party. Yord kind of notices, but it doesn't look like he's going yet. Back to the room with Torben and May. Torben drinks the poison, and May just kind of adioses right on out of there. Soon after, OSHA arrives, sees now a dead Torben, and sure enough, the little guy that Soul and the rest of the party had walks on in, sees May right by the body. Guy activates his lightsaber. Stay away. What are you doing? Look, I know this looks bad, but this guy's dead. He's poisoned. How do you know that? How did you end up here? Simple. I walked into this room and I saw this. Before the guy keeps questioning, Yord kind of comes from behind OSHA. It's like, yeah, no, it's legit. She split from the party, I followed her, and me and her found this body in the room. Okay, yeah, but that doesn't explain why he would take the poison. Oh, by the way, says OSHA, I recognize this poison. Oh, really? You do recognize this poison? Yeah, it comes from my home planet. Ain't that useful? So, the Jedi party who overlook kind of on the main street by the Jedi Temple. And oddly enough, there's an apothecary shop literally dead center right in front of it. And one Jedi's kind of been keeping an eye on them, and he notices, yeah, so I've been keeping an eye on this shop. That guy right there, he's new. I've never seen him or met him. So Sol and May and the party kind of figure out what to do. Now Yord, he just thinks up straight up confrontation, walking on in there demanding, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Where's the assassin? Yada, yada, yada. So the apprentice is like, you know what? How about we skip all that? Mic up Osha, have her walk on in, and because they look alike, we could easily probably just get the confession from the fake apothecary, and we got our evidence right there. Giant Master Sol, hearing both of these options, like, you know what? We're going with the apprentice's idea. Sounds a lot better. Now, during this little bit, Yord, of course, complains, like, are you sure this is a good idea? There's still a million ways this could go wrong. And Master Sol, he's starting to remind me a bit of Janeway whenever Chekhov would remind Janeway what she was doing was bad, and Janeway would be like, yeah, that's nice, but I'm in captain and I'm in charge, so shoot. That's essentially what Sol's doing to Yord this entire show, it seems like. So they decide to go with the apprentice's plan. May picks up a random cloak just to kind of semi-hide herself, and then walks into the apothecary. And the poison maker sees her. Oh, hello. And May's like, oh, hi. Oh, okay, welcome back. So, did you do it? Did you kill the Jedi? Yeah, I just wanted to let you know the poison worked, and wanted to thank you. Oh, good, it did work. All right, he's gonna really like that. And that's when the Jedi move in. When the Jedi move in, it's pretty fast that Mr. Potion Maker spills the beans. He simply says what is pretty implied right there. He's a supplier. He knows he does work with May, and for a moment he thought that the Jedi that are walking on in was actually working with him, being the master that is implied. But so Master Sol says, all right, well, how about you give us some more details and we can let you off with a warning, which is the amount of evidence, a warning versus actually, supplying a assassin to make a hit on a Jedi. To my knowledge, it's pretty much the equivalent of, catching a, let's say, maker of weapons given to somebody who kills a... Well, there's no way I'll be able to get this without being demonetized, but modern day assassination. Alright, that scenario. Jedi seem pretty lenient just to let that guy go off with a warning. Well, in reality, you'd be like, oh, so you supplied the bad guy. Okay, well, how about you still do some time? That's just me being me, though, okay? So, they come up with a plan. The potion maker basically rats out May, saying, hey, you know what? May's going to be back here tonight. I'm pretty sure when she comes back, you'll be able to catch her nice and easy. Sol's like, all right, yeah, we could do that. He then kind of gives orders to the apprentice and all them, which this is the first time we actually get a name drop about who the apprentice's name is. He calls her Jackie, or Jackai. It's weird that it took it took the second episode for the Padawan of like the main master Jedi to actually be name dropped. Pacing issue, laziness, you tell me. I call it kind of a mixture of both. Like, oh yeah, so you got everything squared away for episode 1 and 2. Yeah, cool. What's the apprentice's name? Give me an episode, I'll be able to write that down. That's what it feels like, especially since there's been a lot more screen time on the apprentice and master than some of the other Jedi so far. Just saying, Disney. If you're going to introduce a character, it's better for us to keep track of who is who instead of saying what's his face, what's her face, the one that was blue, the one that was green, and the one that had the really cool horns. No, I'm trying to describe Star Wars, not a D&D setting. That's my art video, okay? Now, with that being said, they come up with a plan of Master Soul essentially wants to confront May. And Yord is put on watch out duty. And Jackie is put on, hey, you know what? Wait into our ship and listen to our comms so you can move on in and do the cavalry charge. Cool. All right. Yord, you stay over there. Osha, you come with me, says Master Soul. As they wait for the night and get in position, there's a little conversation between Jackie and Yord, where Jackie's like, all right, so, Yord, you're in position? Yeah, I'm in position. But he says the line, ladies and gentlemen. What's the line, you say? The line says, yeah, but I have a bad feeling about this. Jackie's like, Yord, calm down. Just stick to the plan. Remember, you're supposed to observe. Don't interfere. This is Master Soul's mission. He wants to confront. Okay, still bad idea. We then cut to a little conversation Soul and May are having with... No, my apologies. Not May, Osha. That was a little name slip on my part. My apologies. So, Soul's having a conversation with Osha. Osha's like, you know what? No, let me confront her. We could solve this right now. It's something we could do. No, I need to confront her because I need to save her. Yeah, but you realize you're her target. She has you and others that she's trying to kill from 16 years ago when you found us. Yes, here's the problem, Osha. I'm talking about justice. You're talking about revenge. I'm saying you're going to die. You know what? Have this blaster just in case. Okay, cool. That's essentially the conversation between. Well, the blaster was kind of handed off during the walk-in scene with the apothecary, but this is the best way I can fit it in. So, with everybody in their place, May is spotted going to the apothecary. Yord calls it on the comms. Yep, there she is. And she's trying to be sneaky, but she's doing it in the worst way possible. Still with the full armor and get-up on, just trying to looking around, still waltzing not broad daylight, nightlight? Broad nightlight, yes, that's a phrase. We're making it a phrase if it isn't a phrase. Soul confronts her and calls her first, not by assassin, but by May. The two kind of stare down at each other before the fight begins. Now, this fight is pretty similar to the one in the first episode. However, it doesn't take like 6 people to drop before Master Soul actually moves on in for confrontation. He just straight up starts walking towards her, and she starts freaking out. She knows she's caught. She's kind of panicking, and it shows with her moves in this fight as she's trying to fight him off still with the kung fu stuff, and Soul's just kind of dodging this way, that, kind of blocking, kind of countering, but not fully hard countering. And just like the first fight, there is a little scene where his lightsaber kind of sways past May. May tries to go, grabs for it, but misses. And by the way, this entire time, May starts trying to attack Master Soul without any weapons, just straight up hands. But as she's backed into one corner at first, she then starts reaching for her throwing knives, only to reveal that Soul just kind of has all of them and drops them. He keeps trying to question her, like, okay, why do you do it? Who's your master? What's going on? And her only answer is just throwing hands. Stay away from me. You don't know what you're talking about. And there's a moment where she is about to hard fall onto the ground, but just like in the first episode, Soul just kind of catches her with the force, as she's about to barely hit the ground, about maybe 5 or 10 feet off the ground, right? And it's implied that Soul's kind of reaching through her mind, trying to figure out, okay, who is this one's master? However, it's revealed that even May doesn't know. So, this could be one of two things. One, the bad guy's actually being smart, making sure his apprentice doesn't even know his features and such. Or, No, I really actually don't see a counter to this. This is actually a really good little writing point for this episode. This is showing the Master knows that Jedi have the potential to not only read minds, but also see what the other person has seen. So, I'll give the show points there. However, what happens in the rest of the episode, that's where more negatives start slapping into this episode. Now, as Sol then has her kind of trapped in this, he's like, oh, by the way, your sister's alive. But he's like, no, she's not. She's dead. No, it's actually quite true. She somehow gets out of the little force lock, or Master Sol takes it out of the force lock on purpose. It's not really clear, but she gets back up from it, starts going in for another attack. But it doesn't quite work out, as the attack she goes in for is she was able to save one knife and goes in for a throw. That one knife goes up towards the Sol at first, then diverts all the way up, and we see Yord come on in, grabs it, and then confirms, yeah, no, Sol is correct. Your sister is alive. He does speak the truth. Then hops down, and you're under arrest. Sure enough, the ship and cavalry come on in. You are under arrest by the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order. And while this scene is kind of cool, they should have seen this one coming. With May cornered, she sends kind of a little force push on the gravel that they've been fighting on to cover both Yord and Sol. With their vision blocked, she escapes, even though the ship still has lights all around her, still doesn't see anything. As she's doing her running, a speeder kind of hits her. It's not a hard hit, but it's still enough to kind of get her on the ground. The driver seemed to be a good lad. Seems really shocked and sad, so gets on out, tries to help her up, and May's first thing once she gets on up, just kind of judo throws them to the side, gets into his speeder, starts trying to drive off. As she starts trying to drive off, she happens to pass by the one alleyway her sister is in. Yes, the same sister with the gun. And they both see each other. They have eye contact. And May's like, oh, sister? And the other sister's like, doing kind of the shaky, angry, almost crying, holding up the gun. And as she shoots, she misses. Pretty bad, actually. It seems like she did it on purpose, which doesn't really help Osha's case in terms of, making her innocent stuff. But I could see what the show's trying to do, because it's the equivalent of pulling a gun on your sibling. That in Osha's defense, for the longest time, she thought her sister was dead. Now she's not. Now she's in trouble, and it's implied that both twin sisters kind of actually got along growing up just by this little interaction, but there's also a level of hard anger to just the situation Osha is in. So I am giving points to how this little scene here. However, the negatives of her being Chekhov's gun goes off because she misses completely. It's not just a yelling up in the sky and shoot and unloading everything. No, it's directly pointing at them and then moving the arm to shoot the lamp right next to the speeder. As the shot hits as the shot hits the lamp, the speeder and the assassin's like, okay, yeah, let's get going, and takes on off. And as that happens, Sol and Yord just happen to be by the street where that happens. Not really looking good for Osha right now. We then cut to what seems to be a little time later, where Sol is explaining, okay, so here's kind of what happened. Miss Jedi Council Lady is obviously pissed that this happened. And it's like, okay, no, we need to regroup. We need to figure out what's going on. Sol is kind of adamant. We do not have time to do a little powwow and figure out what she's going to do. We know exactly what she's going to do. The Jedi Council is like, listen, look, you had a opportunity to catch the suspect, And the person that I decided to let you go with became more of a hindrance than an actual helpful action to catch her. You know, if Yord came on in and say, I told you so, I told you this was going to happen, at this point, this episode would get a lot more better. But they're probably saving that for episode 3. And Soul is probably just going to hand wave off Yord. But basically, it's kind of a little talk down to Soul of, Soul, you messed up, get to Coruscant, the whole council is going to talk about, strategize what's going on. But things, this is not going to help it. You're still in trouble. We expect you to be a Coruscant, young man. Is essentially what it is. Even though there was a logical moment where Yord is basically proven correct. Like, this is still a bad idea. Again, the show really can't make up its mind whether to give Osha a logical and a proper argument for her actions in her past or not. Then again, all the background noise before the show aired is this show was trying to make the Jedi be the bad guy. So, I guess more negatives in everybody's points there. We then cut to May, realizing that she's been ratted out by the potion maker. By the way, this is happening the next day. She's realized that she's ratted out by the poison maker, and she confronts them. Oh, I should kill you for what you've done. The Jedi everywhere now. They're on to me. Yeah, okay. I get it. You're pissed off. You're pissed off. You're scared. Just like me, I'm scared. Please put the knives away. I can make it up to you. I am literally about to kill you. How can you make it up to me? I know where your next Jedi target is, and I know how to get there. Seriously, put the knife away. That's not helping me. Wait a minute. Okay, which Jedi are you talking about? You know that reserve kind of yes, go on with it, my man. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. Just put the knife down. Okay, cool. So, you know that little paradise world, that little vacation world a lot of people like to go into, that little nature savanna? Yeah, that's where your Jedi Wookiee target is. Oh shit, you know how to get to him? Yes, I do. And then we cut to the Force Planet, where the Jedi Wookiee is. And it's kind of a small introductory scene, but we do actually see a Jedi Wookiee. And the design of the Wookiee is a Wookiee, but it's a well-done Wookiee. And I do have a little soft spot for Wookiees as well. So it's a pretty cool scene as two scrappers kind of see a abandoned, what looks like down ship, and they just kind of overclaimed it. And they're like, oh, cool, let's see if we can get some hyperdrive stuff here. And then they see a little sign by it, probably written in Shuruk. Shuruk is the language and the... I'm not sure if that was the actual written language of the Wookiees. I do need to brush up on my Wookiee lore. But basically, it's implied the sign's like, yo, get out, or private property, or something similar. And so the Wookiee kind of comes up behind the two scrappers, roars at them. They get a little scared. One tries holding a gun. Yeah, oh my god, it's a Wookiee! Wookiee just kind of force pulls the gun, snaps it over his knee, and then gives another roar. The two scrappers kind of run away. The Wookiee is just kind of like, yeah, okay, that's what's up, and then goes into the abandoned, overtaken ship, and that's the episode. Is it as bad as the first one? No, because it kind of does actually answer some questions, and it's not as painfully predictable. I mean, yes, it is predictable because, oh, let's give Osha a gun and bring her on into this assignment to help catch her sister. Wait a minute, that didn't go so well. Why didn't it go so well, young man? I told you it was supposed to go so well. That does kind of hurt the Jedi Council, and it does kind of flip-flop pretty hard between, okay, should we actually be sympathetic for Osha, or should we not? Because with how off her shot was to her sister's speeder going away, there definitely is. They're definitely trying to bring into the conversation. Okay, can one twin turn in the other twin properly? Which Anybody with a sibling, depending on how relations are between the two siblings, it could be either a very easy answer. It's like, yeah, no, to hell that are a sibling. That guy probably deserves it. Or, okay, no, because he's actually he or she's an actually good sibling, you know, because it's a good little dichotomy to bring on up, and it's a good little hard tug and pull to bring on up that the show's doing. So if the show writes this tug and pull well, I am going to give it points. Then again, we're just in the first 2 episodes, technically 3 now by the time this is uploaded. So since the first episode I rated a 2.5 out of 5, I'm going to give this episode more of a 3 out of 5. It doesn't really slap down and punch you in like it did in lore-wise. The fighting was stiff, but not insultingly bad. And those are the only praises I actually got for this episode. The rest of it is kind of, well, this is going to happen. Oh, going to give Osha a gun, and then we're going to give Osha the opportunity to walk on in and, you know, help them out. Oh yeah, she was able to help them with the poison, confirming that it was a poison maker. But the whole her firing at her sister and this and that's like, yeah, we all kind of saw that coming. Let's be honest here. So, because, I mean, this is 8 episodes. If she actually shot her sister in the speeder, well, that actually that could have actually been better. Or she missed her sister but hit the speeder. If she hit the speeder, the assassin could have still gotten away. We could have actually done a really cool chase scene. But no. Even though this show is supposed to have a lot more in its production value than Obi-Wan, you know, you think they would have enough funding to kind of have a little Assassin's Creed roof style chase scene between Soul and the assassin. Maybe actually end the episode into Yord getting really hurt by the assassin, but kind of his last words or his wounded words be like, yeah, you should have listened to me, you dumbass, you know. But unfortunately, that's not what happened in this episode. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. It's not like a roaring triumphant. It's just a good little middle spot where it's like, yeah, it definitely does kind of different course correction in terms of what it started out with the first episode. Now, what's going to be my thoughts on the 3rd episode? Can I predict anything that's going to happen in the 3rd episode at the time of this recording, like I tried to do in my Bad Batch series that I messed up uploading because I actually set the 4 kids, not realizing nobody could comment on it? It's kind of hard to tell, actually, because, again, the outside noise about everything about episode 3 is grab your pitchforks, grab your favorite blaster, grab your favorite red lightsaber, because it is not good. And because of the noise outside the show, it's still going to be really hard for me to have my genuine own opinion without the outside noise coloring it. So, if I did sound like any other reviewer of these episodes, that's just coincidence. Usually when I review these episodes, I don't watch what my favorite YouTubers I follow. If they cover this episode, I don't watch them. I don't watch them covering this episode. Again, I'm trying not to sound like them. But if I do sound like them, either we're alike minds or it's coincidence. So, if you do like this review of the episode, like, share, subscribe. You can actually comment down below. I'll double damn sure make sure that you'll be able to comment on this video. And for all those who showed up in my last video, assuming it wasn't just a little toddler or 5-year-old saying, cool, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Daddy. You know, I'm assuming that's not the case, but I did majorly mess up, and I do apologize to everybody who has tried to comment on my previous videos and for some reason couldn't. So, and in these following videos, I'm going to be cussing more to remind myself, yeah, no, my takes are probably not going to be kid-friendly. So, I also plan, my next video I plan will either be my monologue, which I think I've had enough time to practice it and should be able to polish it up proper to show it to you, or my covering of episode 3, or D&D. If if my buddies play D&D before I make that episode. Which, I mean, if it's another D&D video, it's probably going to be a lot less angry than the first episode I tried to cover. So, until next time, everybody, because this is Star Wars, may the Force be with you.